Good morning, students. Today we'll discuss about the contraction of the smooth muscles. As you know, smooth muscles, they are present in the hollow organs. Therefore, the smooth muscles, they are also known as the visceral muscles. They are uninucleated, they are non-striated, they are involuntary and spindle-shaped cells. They are found in parallel line forming sheet. The contraction of smooth muscles is a slow contraction, but it is sustained contraction and it is not fatigued easily. Now this is the shape of the smooth muscle. First figure, it shows the relaxed smooth muscles with large number of cavulus, gap junctions they are present, then intermediate filaments are shown, the nucleus is present and the dense bodies they are clearly seen. When the muscle it is contracted, the size as well as the shape it changes. It becomes denser and shorter after the contraction. Now coming to the mechanism of the smooth muscle contraction, in the case of smooth muscle contraction, calcium plays a very important role. Calcium from the sarcoplasmic reticulum as well as from the ECF, extracellular fluid, it enters into the muscle. Because less number of sarcoplasmic reticulum is present inside the smooth muscle, therefore the amount of calcium is also less. But for the muscle contraction, we need large amount of calcium. So from outside as well as from the sarcoplasmic reticulum, the calcium it enters into the cytoplasm. This calcium it binds with a protein known as colmodulin to form calcium colmodulin complex. When the calcium colmodulin complex is formed, it will activate MLCK, that is myosin light chain kinase. Myosin light chain kinase undergoes phosphorylation and the active myosin is formed with the help of the ATP, and the contraction it begins. So in this way, the calcium and colmodulin they are responsible for activating MLCK, that is the myosin light chain kinase, to active myosin light chain kinase for the beginning of the contraction. So the contraction and relaxation it takes place with the help of different proteins. The contraction it is with the help of MLCK, that is myosin light chain kinase, whereas the relaxation it takes place with the help of myosin light chain phosphatase. So for the relaxation, nitric oxide it plays a very important role. It enters into the cell, it converts GTP into cyclic GMP, and this cyclic GMP is responsible for the activation of MLCP, that is myosin light chain phosphatase, and the relaxation is there. So contraction it takes place with the help of calcium and colmodulin and the activation of MLCK, whereas relaxation it takes place with the help of MLCP. So in this way, we can say that the myosin, it plays a very important role. The myosin, it, with the help of sliding filament hypothesis, it will slide over by actin and the contraction is there. The contraction is long lasting and the contraction is having long latent period and it is fatigue resistance. These are the three important characteristic feature of the smooth muscle contraction, that is long latent period, long contraction period and fatigue resistance. So the smooth muscle structure is different from the skeletal muscle or the cardiac muscle. The smooth muscles, they have got large number of caveolus. They are the rudimentary tubules. And then we have got the sarcoplasmic reticulum. They are less in number with less amount of calcium. So this is spindle shaped smooth muscle. Now when we look at the dense bodies, the smooth muscles, they have two dense bodies in each sarcomere. The dense bodies, they have at both their ends the actin filament. Between the actin filament, there is a presence of the myosin filament. So when the contraction is there with the help of sliding filament hypothesis, the myosin, they will slide over the actin molecule, bringing it closure, and the dense spindle, it will be formed because of the contraction. The contraction, it will be there from all the sides. So smooth muscle is dependent on two sources of calcium, as I've told you. One is the outer source, that is from the external media, that is ECF, and second is from the sarcoplasmic reticulum. So both this calcium, they'll come, they will activate the colmodulin protein and form calcium colmodulin complex. Now in the case of the smooth muscles, the troponin is not found, and the tropomyosin, it is present in the smooth muscles, but it does not cover the active sites. The active sites which are covered during the skeletal muscle contraction, they are not covered in the smooth muscle contraction. So the active sites, they are open, and the myosin head, they will contract only when the colmodulin calcium complex is formed and it is activating the MLCK, that is the myosin light chain kinase. The myosin light chain kinase, it plays a very important role in the contraction. So basically the contraction in the case of smooth muscle, it is activated with the help of two important enzymes. One is the MLCK, that is the myosin light chain kinase, and second is the myosin light chain phosphatase. So the relaxation is with the help of phosphatase, and the contraction, it is with the help of the kinase enzyme. So enzyme plays important role in the contraction of the smooth muscles, and the relaxation is with the help of the myosin light chain phosphatase. Definitely myosin light chain phosphatase, it will be activated with the help of nitric oxide, which when enters into the cell, it will activate the GTP and lead to the formation of cyclic GMP, and then the activation of MLCP is there. This MLCP is, when the calcium, it is present in lesser amount, definitely it is another you can say sign or signal for the activation of the MLCP, and the relaxation, it will be there. So the process of contraction and relaxation in the case of smooth muscle is